This warrants a, decent answer. If the United States was to devalue the currency, our currency, what would the price of gold and silver go to? Although they're manipulated, wouldn't it be interesting to see the dollar get devalued and then gold and silver stay at their same price because they're so manipulated? That would be interesting. In theory, they should go up, an opposite reaction to the US dollar. However, cryptos, I wonder what cryptos would do. Could you imagine, the dollar dropping like 50% or something ridiculous, to compete on the global stage? And this is not the first time our president has mentioned that, by the way, which I'm going to read you in a second. But could you imagine your price of all your cryptos, not even because of the markets, bull market, no, dollar devaluation, oh my God, cryptos are skyrocketing. Now, I know I'm going pretty ridiculous with a 50% haircut on our dollar, but what if it's a 10%, 15% cut, to compete? As Trump says, everyone else is manipulating their currencies, we should too. Let me give you another scenario. I'm going to read this in a second. It's pretty short. But let's just say you've seen 10, 15, 20% crypto rallies. You've seen it numerous times this year. I mean, we've already been up 3-4 times this year in value, depending on the currency crypto you're looking at, maybe even more. So let's just say, oh my God, breaking news, devaluation, the United States dollar is being devalued by 10%. But because of the news, a crypto market that already can move 10, 15, 20% for nothing, no reason, all of a sudden gets effing crazy. Panic to own, remember Cliff High's data, panic to own Bitcoin. No bid, no one's selling, everyone wants it, no one's willing to sell it, like stuff like that happening. All because of a major announcement of a dollar devaluation. So, in other words, we're dropping 10% on the dollar, but crypto markets isn't going up equally 10%. Oh my God, this is phenomenal news for the crypto market. Everybody come over here to preserve your wealth. Matter of fact, you might more than preserve it because look what cryptos have already done this year without that news. You following me? Have you ever heard of us in any of your lifetimes, of people in your lifetimes, as in you, your father, your parents, their parents, your grandpa, grandma? Have any of them lived through a major announcement that the United States dollar is being devalued on purpose? You might hear my wife, she's doing these little silly sneezes, but you might hear her. She has her little throw up cup, morning sickness that lasts all day long somehow. She came in here. What's wrong? Oh yeah, I just had some water and it. My boy's in that belly. We just know it's a boy. My boy's in there. He got some extra woo-woo from the trip to New Mexico. That special place. The magical dirt. Anyway, so let's read this real quick. Zero Hedge article. Trump says U.S. should join, quote, great currency manipulation game, end quote, by devaluing the dollar. President Trump has never been a fan of the strong dollar, which I've covered before. I heard little quips, Treasury Secretary, he's following the shoes of Trump. I think one day we may see a dollar devaluation. So now he's being a little more vocal about it. And after beating around the bush for months by demanding a 50 basis point rate cut and more quantitative easing from the Fed, it seems the president is now explicitly calling on the U.S. to artificially weaken the greenback by any means necessary. Oh, got a little text here. What's this? Who dat? Let's see. In a tweet, Trump blasted China and Europe for playing a big currency manipulation game and recommended that the U.S. match or risk being the dummies who sit back and politely watch as other countries continue to play their games. So here's his tweet. China and Europe playing big currency manipulation game and pumping money into their system in order to compete with the USA. We should all capital, match. We should match or continue being the dummies who sit back and politely watch as other countries continue to play their games as they have for many years. So there's a little more to the article. I don't need to tell you anymore. Point is, he's now becoming quite vocal about it. And again, you're not going to need 10% announcement, devaluation of the dollar. The crypto market instantly turns up 10%. I mean, that should happen in a normal world anyways. But the fear that people will have when they hear that announcement, I thought we wanted a strong dollar, what was that? What, we're devaluing? What? I didn't hear this, what's going on? They're going to panic. Where can I put my money? You trust in the stock market still? Hey guys, you ever hear of Bitcoin? Cliff high, panic to own. Bitcoin, and probably other cryptos too, obviously. And, Litecoin, some of our favorite coins out there. Bitcoin Cash, I think they're going to go crazy. Ripple, doesn't matter. A bunch of these coins. I can now see why my woo-woo friends' price targets for some of these coins are stupid. But you take an announcement like this, it causes just a little tiny amount of fear. How many percent of people in the world, or in our country, whatever one you want to compare, our country alone or the whole world combined, how many people across the world own cryptocurrencies? Let's Google it. Maybe we can find the exact answer. How many people own cryptocurrency? Cointelegraph, that's 2018. New survey shows around 26 million Americans own. Okay, so this is 2018. Cointelegraph. New survey shows around 26 million Americans own and 8% plan to buy cryptocurrencies. This is 2018. A recent study on American cryptocurrencies commissioned by Finder.com in February shows that 8%, or around 26 million, of Americans have purchased cryptocurrency. Finder survey was answered by 2,001 American adults using Pure Profile, a site that gives cash rewards to users that participate in the survey. So this is, to be fair, this is the same kind of thing of, we polled 50 Democrats and 10 Republicans, and the Democrats have a 60-point lead. What 2,000 people did you poll specifically? Are they already tech savvy? Are they, Point being, let's just say, I think 8% is a lot. I think 8% across the country, or the planet even, is too much. But let's just say 8% is accurate. Okay? 8% is accurate. 8% minus 100% of the population, 92% remaining. We are talking about Bitcoin. I'm not going to go with all the cryptos, but most of them, 90-something% of cryptos, you cannot create more when they're out. When they've been mined out, that's it. 21 million Bitcoin, 84, whatever it is, 80-something million Litecoin, etc. You've got Ethereum. How about Theta? How about Digibyte? Some of our favorites, even Redcoin, though I'm not 100% sure with Redcoin what their deal is. Several others. Now, Ripple, they can't add coins. But even so, they're still doing all right. If that 92% becomes 90%, becomes 89%, 88%, we're not talking 1% change is not a small amount of people when you're looking at global numbers. Even in America, 1% of the population is millions, not a million, it's millions of people. Right? There's, let's see if we, USA population, 2019. Can we get any accurate numbers there? What do we got? 329 million as of Tuesday, July 2nd, it says. So let's just do a little math. What would that be? 3.2 million people per percent, right? Yeah, basically. not 32 million, that'd be 10%. So yeah, you're talking 3.2 million. This is just America. What about the 7 or 8, whatever hell billion people were on the planet right now? You add 1% of those people. Oh my God. Again, there's only 21 million Bitcoin that'll ever be created. Several million have already been lost, destroyed, whatever, the landfill somewhere. I mean, what is there going to be? Maybe 18 million Bitcoin total possibility? And the thing's already $10, $11, $12,000? You kidding me? Speaking of which, where are we at today? It's been up today. Bitcoin Cash was 418, 420. Bitcoin, $12,000 today. Everyone was freaking out. Went to 12 to 13 so fast. Oh my gosh, it's the crash is coming. And yeah, we got down to what? 96.58 Bitcoin. Yesterday. Okay, yesterday. Today, the top 12,000, just over 12,000. So 9,600. A 10% move would be another $960. A 20% move would be twice that. You follow me? And that's pretty much where we are. We went right back up. This is just the normal games of crypto right now. We're not even talking about, oh my God, breaking news. There's now a currency war across the planet. It's a race to the bottom. We're devalued. The whole effing world's devaluing. I can only imagine. Reminds me of a country song. I can only imagine what $2 million Bitcoin would be. I can only imagine. $600,000, $800,000, $1,200 Litecoin in a hurry. $40,000, $60,000, $80,000 Bitcoin in a hurry because of the crap that's going to be potentially going on across the planet. You know, we're looking at the crypto market in a somewhat stable monetary system across the planet right now. And Trump's over here. Again, he just posted this. This is very recently. When was the actual tweet date? What has it got on here? July 3rd was today. 10/21 this morning. 10/21 this morning. July the 3rd. You'll see this tomorrow, 4th of July. Could you imagine if that happens? People will panic to get into something they feel will save their money, save their value, save their bacon, financial bacon. And just coincidentally, all this talk in crypto, it was down to $3,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, it seems like you're scratching your head. It seems like was it 3 or 4 or 5,000? Like, yeah, it was just recently. It's just it's already back to 12. I actually got to 13.5, and then nice sell off back down to the 9s, and then went back. Yeah, back to 12 the next day. 20-something% increase from $9,600. Yeah, pretty decent. 25% or so increase. Yeah, pretty nice. All this little news is still bubbling out. So we're having that happen in the crypto market. And just imagine adding that, pouring gasoline, dollar devaluation, onto the crypto fire. I don't think it's going to be proportionate. Oh, the dollar's devalued 5% today, or next week the president said they're going to devalue the currency 5%. Oh, the crypto market went up an immediate 5%. No, I think the crypto market just went up 50%. You know what I think you're going to see? We kind of already saw this, so I can't say what I think we're going to see. We kind of already did. But it wasn't across the board. It was mostly across the board. And I'm going to back out to some earlier. I'm not sharing my screen at the moment, but not exactly necessary anyways. So let's see, this date, that's back in May. Where was that huge Bitcoin Cash? It was 4, 5, nope, I think it was back here. Just give me a minute, just looking at some stuff. 300, yeah, I think it was back here. So on, yeah, $170, April 19th. April, May, June, we just hit July, so it ain't even quite 3 months technically. Whatever, maybe it is. $170 Bitcoin Cash, April 19th. I sell some of mine at 22% profit, thinking, yeah. Goes on, what was the price, Joe? 170, 165, 170. Touches $355. Basically 100% same day. I'm out at 22% on a little trade bag I was doing. That happened in a day. What did Bitcoin do on April 16th? Just curious, because I know it did a nice jump too. April 16th, or 19th, excuse me. 41.45, approximately $4,100. Runs up to 5,100. And then maybe midnight or so runs up a little higher, a little after midnight, 5,300. Now that's not 100% gain, right? Because it was at what? $4,100. 100% gain in Bitcoin would have been $8,000. Didn't get to 8,000. But Bitcoin Cash run up really awesomely. Litecoin did. Let's look at Litecoin. What did Litecoin do on that same day? Litecoin, 60 bucks. $60 Litecoin runs up to $99. Not quite 100%, like Bitcoin Cash. Again, I was playing with Bitcoin Cash for very specific reasons. I told you we thought it was gonna outperform a lot of the coins. It did, until not too long ago when I switched back into Litecoin. Although I still have Bitcoin Cash. Still, that was one day. That was a one-day move that happened. Imagine when currency devaluation talk starts happening, and not just the talk, because the talk's happening. But the actual happening as in, oh, we're doing it, and it's going to take effect on August the 1st. We're dropping it 10%, and maybe they won't give you an announcement that much in advance. You may find out the night before, a Friday night. Markets are closed. Oh, the United States is devalued. Markets look shaky Monday. Well, no, the stock market, might even rally harder on a devalued dollar, just like cryptos. Except again, you want to play in the stock market or do you want to play in crypto? You ever seen the stock market go up 80, 90, 100% a day, 20, 30% in a day? Got time for that nonsense? I got big dreams, big hopes and dreams over here. You don't even have to smoke opium for these dreams, by the way. These dreams of mine. What's that song? Every moment of the night. La 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 la. What is it?
I live another life.
I live another life?
Mm-hmm.
Jay Snips. Not these dreams. Sweet dreams of Jay Snips and his friends. And his friends, his subscribers, his patrons, all of us. We're in this together, right? We got to stick together. So I'm just seeing this. He posted it today. We could have explosive cryptocurrency moves. Matter of fact, we were expecting them. Not sure the reason why. It's just going to be people coming in, big money moving in and out. We don't know why. But when I hear stuff like this, again, this is fuel to the fire. Cliff Ice panic to own may very well be a reality. It may not be a good thing for the rest of the world if that's happening, but maybe it is. Doesn't mean the whole world's going to shit just because this happens. It's just simply panic. People FOMOing out of sheer panic, causing Coinbase to go down, this exchange to go down. I can't even deal with it. It typically happens. Just like the other day when the things were crashing up, Coinbase was down. Yeah, whatever. But I was talking to a guy earlier. I said, you got to get it. He had like 100-something thousand, 130. It's like, I sold some property. Been sitting on it for 2 years. Earning a couple percentage points in the bank. He's like, I just kept telling myself maybe I should buy like a little duplex or something and rent it. He's like, he was a little bit familiar with crypto. I said, well, you had this for 2 years, so are you? He's like, yeah, well, January, it was from 2017. So I said, so basically, you got this money on January of 2017. He goes, yes. So a little over 2 years now. Yeah. I said, I just want to share this with you. There's a coin that I have called Litecoin. It's like Bitcoin's little brother. It was $3 in January, $3 to $4 of that year. It ran all the way up to 372 on an average, global average, and then crashed back down not too long ago to 23, 22 bucks, somewhere around there. So even at 22 bucks, the absolute low destruction, you're in at $3. Imagine that move. You'd still be pretty happy. You'd be sick that you missed the 300, right? But if you looked at the charts and realized it's going to do that again and even go higher, you're still in at your $3. You're patient. this $100,000 or whatever you're talking about, you're going to be a multi-millionaire. Matter of fact, you would have done well right now at $3. At today's prices, you're already a multi-millionaire if you were buying Litecoin at $3-4 with $100,000 in your pocket to do it. You kidding me? Just do the multiples. $3 went to 300, went up over more than 100 times, 100%, or 100 times. 100 times $3 is $300. It went to 372. So what's 100 times $100,000? Well, 10 times it's a million. 10 times that, which is your 100 times the first one, $10 million. Could you imagine that? You got 100K, you threw it in, you sat back for 2.5 years. You missed you get to 300, right? Maybe you sold, maybe you didn't. You're back now. Oh, we're at 140, 150, whatever even number for Litecoin. Half my money's gone. I had 10 million, now I'm down to 5. Well, you were down lower than that when it was $22, so you're back up significantly, yeah? I got news for you. What if, and by the way, I said, I really think this is going to happen, and it might even be this year. $600, $800 Litecoin. $1,200 Litecoin maybe. Forget the 115, 16, 20, whatever it's at the moment I was talking to him. Imagine those numbers. I said, I understand we're not at $3 anymore, and we're at $100 and something now. But if it's going into the hundreds, multiple hundreds, even if it didn't happen this year for some reason, well, next year, you've been sitting on this 2% garbage for 2 years, and you're bothered by it. I can see you want to do something with it. I need some income. Yeah. I explained the risk. You gotta understand. I know that, but I put a good amount of my own money. People I know have went crazy, more crazy than they probably should have. And he goes, well, but if it does go up, and I take my initial investment out as soon as it's possible, to where it doubles, and then I just take it back out, and then I have the same amount sitting there. That might not be a bad idea. I said, that's exactly right. That's a very safe move. You get your initial investment out, now you're playing on the house money. By the way, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty much playing on house money. I haven't dipped in my bank account in a really, really long time. And it's nice to be able to do that. And, so that's where I'm at. I said, that's an exact good move, to do. I said, and it's different now because, they're higher now, but it's not like you're like, well, I only got $1,000 to put in. Dude, I said, listen, if you seriously have 100K or more, he's got 130, he said, if you have 100K, you have life-changing wealth, basically, if you're just patient enough. And yes, you're going to see it drop and make you want to puke. But if you have the wherewithal, the mental fortitude, the emotional, turn the emotions off, and you can sit through these big pullbacks and the ups and the big pullbacks, you have serious wealth coming your way in just a few short years. I said, you remember Amazon? He's like, oh yeah. I said, how long did it take to get to $1,700? He goes, well, yeah, now it's $1,900. I said, exactly. How long did it take though? About 20 years? Yeah. $1, $2, yeah. This stuff happens in time frames of a couple years, 2-3 years sometimes, previously. And that's when it wasn't really known much about. Now it's getting more mainstream. So I think these cycles between you and me may happen a lot quicker, or even if the cycles aren't necessarily quicker, they'll be more explosive as the cycles happen. We thought 2017 was explosive. I'm telling you right now what I think. As far as an explosion of price upwards, I think what we're getting ready to witness is one for the history books of crypto. And yes, I think it'll be this year. I mean, it's already off to a phenomenal year. But I think, baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. So anyways, end of the video. HODL, trade, whatever, don't ever not have a HODL bag though. And get ready to enjoy some wealth coming your way.